Hello, everyone. Yours humbly, Nzeremi Ilona, is back. We are almost heading into the day of rest. I don't know how many of you know that traditionally our days start in the evenings. And however you look at it, however you look at us, if you look at us as Okibiri, Ibiriachi, Ibirinta, Okibiri is what most of you may remember. You may not remember, or you would remember Ibiriachi even more than Okibiri. If you look at us in this way, which means you look at us as the Igbo people, we are mandated to rest one day every week. In my own sub-republic called Ebema, we call that day Nkwo Oru, the second Nkwo. This every other second Nkwo, everybody from Ebema will rest. Who retained this tradition more than Ebema was Eziora. It is called a ukwu, or the ukwu. Till date, nobody walks. In a few hours, we'll head into that. And then, as Israelites, the people of the Bible, it is the Shabbat day, the seventh day, everybody must rest. We are about to get into it. And I want to use the little remaining time to talk about something that is so beautiful and important that I saw today, but which could be improved. I've been watching a particular young man from my community. I can't remember his name exactly. He is not I don't know him. I did not know him when I was at home, but he looks younger than me. He doesn't have the gray beard. So he might be younger than me, but he's known as Bishop Ozubulu. He's not a clergyman, he's a businessman, but he's popularly known as Bishop Ozubulu. He has a nickname that is like the nickname of the main bishop, Bishop CHI, Odenibo. Another nickname that this young man from my community has is Ebube CHI, if we put God first, or putting God first. I was just relaxing when I saw that kids from my community had gone to solidarize with him, to have solidarity with him because he was celebrating his birthday, and it was so beautiful to me. It was extremely beautiful. He is rich. He is extremely rich. He can afford to keep away from our people. He can afford to keep a distance from our people. That is what our elites do today. And because nobody is telling them, because they keep the people that are supposed to guide them away, they keep those people away. They keep repeating mistakes. But I've taken note that Bishop Ozubulu, from what I see, does not necessarily barricade himself from the people. He has to take care of his security. Nigeria is largely unsafe. He has to make sure that he's not killed, but he stays close to our people. And it was so beautiful to me. And I want to make a plea. I'll make sure that my elder brother, Valentine Iwuchukwu, gets this, because if Valentine Iwuchukwu gets this might get to him. I want him to, since he draws closer to our people, particularly the very young ones, get involved in their education. Those kids that came to solidarize with you today, to have solidarity with you, to wish you well on your birthday, get involved in their education. Take out time, begin to tell them that whoever could learn carpentry, whoever could learn plumbing, whoever could learn soldering, welding rather, whoever could learn any of these is improving their chances of having a better life. When I was growing up, a plumber from Ogu, Alphonsus, I'm sure his family may still be there, or he may still be around, but he will be in his late 70s or 80s. He employed up to 10 apprentices, a plumber. What I heard now is that if our people need bricklayers, if our people need carpenters, they go to other places outside our republic to hire them. Meanwhile, our youth die in the Sahara Desert. Our youth die in the sweatshop shops of the Gulf. Our youth slave in Europe. Our youth who would have a better life as carpenters, plumbers, electricians in our homeland. And it is these electricians that will discover new sources of power. But what do? With degrees, they head into Europe. They pay thousands, they sell heirlooms, ancestral lands, because they have no clear skills. So, Bishop Ozubulu, since you have the time, since you have the resources, since you have the mindset to draw closer to our people, get involved in our education. Tour the schools. Other wealthy people in Igbo land will begin to copy you. Tour the schools and begin to appeal to our youths. In addition to the regular education, let the schools, if the government cannot fund it, government is almost not existing. But if it exists, let's get into it. Begin to train. Begin to get these kids to also learn reasonable skills. If I'm not a good writer, I'm not sure that all the degrees I have would feed me. And even if they succeed in giving me a job, I'll just be an ordinary professor. But I'm not an ordinary professor. Because ever before I went to school, I acquired so many skills. That is why I can write books that break territories, that break ground, that are groundbreaking. So it makes no sense for a kid to head into the primary, learn whatever they are learning there, go to the university, chemistry, physics, biology, literature, and so on and so forth. He goes and studies to be anything other than a medical doctor. He comes out unemployable. He comes out unable to employ himself. So, one day, ebe ọ bụ na ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ ị na-eje na-agwa ha jee mụọ carpentry, na-agwa ha jee mụọ welding, nke ha ka nọ n'ụlọ akwụkwọ ka o nwee ife ha ji aka ka ọ ya awụ ha pụta n'ụlọ akwụkwọ ọrụ adịghọ ha ebido nke ha kpatawuo ife ha ri oge a na-eche mmadụ ndị dị 14 years ebe ahụ today ahụ isii na-abịa nọ ha dị 20 ha jecha secondary school baa university enweghị ife ha chịkọtara aka ọkwa ha ya aghọ kidnappers. Meanwhile, ndị agha mahọ ndị nwere agenda ịzụ ana mmadụ a na-abatasịbe anyị na ha na-arụrụ anyị ife anyị kwesịrị ịdị na-arụ. Anyị etorubekwo, anyị adụbekwo ka Amerịka nke anyị na-adị ka Israel ndị ya azụtawo onwe ha ma onwe ndị si na ha ya anapụ anyị be anyị. And we close by using this opportunity to tell some of our people, you can rise up by recognizing the good you are doing. I mean, by recognizing the good that your brother is doing. But one thing I've noticed now is that a lot of our people believe that the only way they can rise up is to pull somebody down. I have been told that in the last 200 years, nobody has come close to doing the good I've done for our people. But do you know that somebody went online a few weeks ago and said that I've not attracted a factory to Igbo land? That means that all I do is to talk about our identity. Without our identity, who are we? We came out of genocide. We used the Igbo to rebuild ourselves. The United Nations was not interested in us. The African Union was not interested in us. We used the tradition of the Israelites because we are Israelites to survive. And if I'm telling the people this is the way to go, somebody saw it as an opportunity to pull me down. He thought that if he wrote that this is Remy Ilona, he brought out my picture and said all he does is talk about how we came from Israel. We came from Israel! If we did not come from Israel, who came from Israel? If you go through the first 5 books of the Bible, the most important, the only term for religion and culture there is Omenana. Go to Deuteronomy 6:1. Read it in the Igbo Bible. If the Igbos did not come from Israel, who came from Israel? And it's when the Igbos began to joke with the fact that they came from Israel. That was when they began to be really marginalized. Because who can marginalize Israelites if they play strongly with their identity? He wanted to rise by pulling down a scholar. Look at how I mentioned the good that Ebube CHI is doing, that Bishop Ozubulu is doing. He can rise and I can rise. Thank you, everyone.